ASP.NET Core Identity is a fresh and modern look at what the membership or the security system should be when you are building a modern web application for web, phone, or a tablet. Let me start with talking about what this library actually is and why it deserves its own course. ASP.NET Identity comes with a built-in Razor class library where all the implementations have already been done by the .NET team. But those implementations are not sufficient. Many times if you are using an MVC as the standard language, you do not want a Razor class library in a project that will increase the overhead of having two languages in the same project. Because of that, it is always good to implement that using MVC. That way you will have a uniform language throughout the project. Now the ASP.NET Core Identity is a user store, but it is so much more than that. Rather than just a simple database schema, the library includes extensive helper functionality and helper methods that performs the essential core functionality in identity management development. Some of the helper functionality includes methods for password hashing, password validation, password reset confirmation, user lockout, multi-factor authentication, token generation, external identity providers, and much more. This is all architected in a way that it is highly extensible. You have full control over what functionality you decide to use or enable, and also what your database should look like. It requires a minimal knowledge of identity and security, while at the same time giving you the solid features to use in your application. The .NET Core Identity has many helper methods around authentication, but do not confuse it as an authentication library. Authentication within your application is still handled by your authentication middleware like cookies or OpenID Connect middleware. The .NET Identity may be used to verify the credentials, but these middleware libraries are responsible for authenticating each request in your application. Also make a note and always remember that the .NET Core Identity Library and Identity Server are two different concepts and libraries. Identity Server has been renamed to Dundee Server that offers protocol support for OpenID Connect, whereas the .NET Core Identity is your user store. That being said, both of them are perfectly suited for each other, but everything that you will learn in this course can easily be applied to Identity Server implementation with few changes. But we will not go into any details about Identity Server in this course. This course is completely focused on the .NET Core Identity Library that comes with the .NET project, or you can add that as a NuGet package. Now it is also worth clarifying that this library is really called ASP.NET Core Identity. Some people are calling it Identity Framework, but I would stop you from using that term. ASP.NET Core Identity is what you should be using when you search or ask any question. So that's a brief overview about the .NET Core Identity Library. Let me continue from the next video.